Okay, what is up, YouTube again? This is the regular guy back with you. So, again, we discussed in my first video about my EDC that I recently started carrying a knife with me. And one thing that concerned me when I started carrying knives was, or even before the thought of carrying a knife, was what makes a good knife? What consists of a good knife? What do you really need? And I have a whole bunch of knives here today, and hopefully I can inquisitive you guys enough to give me the answer, or I can come up with it on my own. But hopefully we can come up with it together in the end. So essentially what I've come down to the answer being is what is more expensive is the best. But isn't that with everything? You get what you pay for. Now, not to say though that everything is trash if it's cheap. Now, if you don't know anything about knives, I believe what comes down to making a knife well is, some of them look pretty, like this karambit with this rainbow styling. That's very pretty. Your girlfriend's gonna want that. She's gonna think it's pretty. She's gonna like you messing with it. Everything about that. Same thing with this deal here. It's got some crazy samurai design on it, all gold. Decent action. This one over here, it's a little bit worn out, but it's got a nice magenta color on the blade, some throughout the body. So what makes a knife well then? And you have looks. That's what everybody wants, for sure. But I think looks, it comes into the quality of the blade and the quality of the mechanics inside of it. And then I would say looks follow third, and aesthetics and everything else after that. Because you can pretty much, in today's day and age, there's a lot of everything. You can find something modular. If you don't like something, you can find something. I just started carrying, and I recently bought these two knives over here, but the rest of these knives were just kind of already laying around. I used to do construction. Got this Milwaukee that I bought from Home Depot just by using it. Just nothing special here, but I realized I like this thing a lot more than I thought I would. It is pretty nice, I'd say. Not sure what type of metal the blade is. See, these are a lot of things that that I'm curious that you guys could tell me about. I'm not really sure. It's called Fastback. Well, I didn't even know that it could, or it doesn't flick. It's got a lock. But I didn't know it even flicked out. But it's, I love this thing. It's a lot nicer than I anticipated. Give her a flick out again. But pretty much as a regular big guy here who doesn't know much about them, it just seems that it really comes down to the quality of the blade and really what you're going to want to carry. I like this Hilti. Can't even tell you for the life of me where this came from. I guarantee someone out there could. I feel like this came from a Harbor Freight or something, but this actually looks like a really nice knife. I actually like everything about it. Just a little guy, but I like the way it holds. I like the way it feels. Nice mechanics. I think it's a little stiff, but I think you can loosen the screws if you want something like that to be done or something like that. But I like everything about it. It feels nice to me. You move over here to your SOG. I believe this is a decent, nice knife company. People seem to know about them. Not sure what the name of this is. It says a Magnadot. Could be wrong, probably am. Says China right on there. You know, but I mean, does that make the blade bad? You know, that's something I'm very curious about myself. But I like it, like the serrated here, if you needed to cut something. I think it's a very clean knife. And then now we move on to our next one here. We have it's a Leatherman type style Swiss Army knife, many in one. I don't even have fingernails, so it's almost impossible for me to pull any of this stuff out. You know, it makes it all useless. I need a knife to dig this stuff out for me. Stuff is actually in there pretty well. That right there kind of puts this one off on me. You know, I haven't even really got to really mess around with this yet, but these are the things that you notice. I mean, I don't know, this one's, they're in there pretty tight. If I can't pull these out, I don't really see anyone else getting them out. Now we move over to the knife that I showed in my EDC that I'm currently carrying. We have the Zero Tolerance ZT carbon fiber handle. I believe this one says on here, I think it's a 20 CV blade. Again, not sure what that means, but the other ones don't even have their blade quality on there. I think you're supposed to assume it's some mid-grade level. But this was a decent price knife. Very nice. So far, I love it. I don't know if I love carrying knives or I just love carrying this one. But this thing's beautiful. We come over to our other knife here that I find of high quality that I bought with it. Again, with a release here. And if you can then flick out, it locks in. I believe this is a Benchmade Bug Out or something it's called. This is a S30V type blade. I'm sure you guys out there will know more about this than I. But this is a beautiful knife. I actually really like this one. It's a lot smaller than my carry knife, but it's I'm not just a regular guy, but I'm the regular big guy. And these things are different for me than probably in your hand. And this is my experience and what I've had to go through and what I feel. And essentially, the rest of these knives here are, I guess you would say, low quality, cheap. This one is a stainless. I'm not sure if that's just a serial number on there or the blade type. It appears to be a serial number, but I think these are all just made in China knives. Not even sure of their sharpening ability and their quality. I guess any knife will do a poke if you need it to, but I'm more about reliability and it not rusting on me or it being cheap or something like that. And really, I guess it just depends on how you feel about it all in the end. Would a almost $300 knife be what you need? Or maybe a little bit more, around $150? Something all the way down to, I believe these are in the $10 to $50 range. I'm a little bit curious on your guys' answer. Let me know down in the comments.